Zinoto Progressive Club of Nigeria.
world. It's very simple. If you want to follow the Morning Crossfire, just simply get on the Facebook and search for Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's what it is, and you get access to not just the Morning Crossfire, but every of our contents out there on the page. Interact with. Don't forget to like and click on the share button as well. And most importantly, we need your comments. Okay, now on the Punch newspaper, this headline says minimum wage. Labour insists on 250,000 naira, awaits Tinubu's verdict. Smuggled Nigerian petrol floods West African markets, sells for 1,700 naira per litre. This one's interesting. Very interesting. NNPC denies inflating petrol subsidy claims by 3.3 trillion naira. Federal government services debt with $2.2 billion in 5 months, CBN. And this one here says, concerns rise over teaching as over 9 million fail UTME in 7 years. Well, I think the conversation around the whole curriculum that we operate with is even a problem. And then when you look at the standards of the school, does it meet modern times? Well, if you ask me, even if I don't school in them too much, I don't think it does, because going to a school and still find out that the way I was taught and what I was taught with when I was in school in the 90s is what you will still find in schools today. I mean, that says a lot. That says a lot. Another one on the Punch. Reps propose rationale presidency 6-year single term. And here we go. Reps propose rotational, I beg your pardon. Reps propose rotational presidency 6-year single term. Okay. Now we go on to the phone lines. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. Again, don't forget on Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. Again, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH is the handle on Facebook. If you haven't liked the page, go there, like the page, interact with the live stream, and don't forget to click the share button. Very important. So some of your messages already. King Boy on Facebook says State High Court judges refused to sack Martin Amaewhule and said defection is not done on television and social media. Court is the problem we are having in this country. Yeah, well, you heard the opinions of other renowned legal practitioners and what they had to say about the judgment. Well, let's see. Sunday as well says our major challenge in this country is the judiciary. Until the bad heads are removed, we will never make any meaningful headway. Apart from bad heads, I think another thing we'd look at is the interpretation from, two lawyers will interpret the same thing differently. And I'm saying, how? Is it that what is written there is not what we all can see? King Boy, okay, we had you before. This is from Clever Sonny. It's really laughable how my party, the APC members in Rivers State, keep celebrating court judgments since 2015 till date. Christian Williams says, I stand with NLC and I pray the NLC also stands their ground on the issue of new minimum wage. Blessed Ola says, State High Court in Rivers said Martin Amaewhule and 26 others who defected to APC are still members of PDP because they didn't submit their membership card. This is called corruption. King Boy says minimum wage labor insists on 250k. Await Tinubu's signature. This is a welcome development because the president promised Nigerians a living wage, and 62,000 naira cannot be a living wage after removing subsidy. Larry Spieth says, good morning. I support the rotational presidency and 6-year tenure for governors and president. What of legislators? Careful what you wish for. That's all I can say. All right, let's start with Uche in Echie. Uche Ken, calling from Echie. Quickly, straight to the point, simple and short. Good morning.
Okay. Andrew, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I want to talk about Labour with their conflicting report this morning. The Labour chairman says differently, while the other person spoke otherwise. But for me, put together, I want to say, Labour shouldn't be talking about strike again because they are not doing the right thing now. Labour has left their primary assignment to talk about the high cost of commodities in the market, the daily rise of petrol, and the refinery that can be beneficial objective to the masses. And they are telling us minimum wage increase of their workers. While everybody is not a civil servant, some people are public servants. If they cannot, they should manage the 62,000 and they drive on how to bring down the high cost of commodity so that the way they are looking at can be beneficial to them. Then finally, the State Attorney General says that media reports speculating circulating on media is fake. And he cited the only court that has the power to speak otherwise is High Court. Andrew, this morning, some persons say judiciary is our problem, but lawyers also are our problem. Mr. Wokocha and the State Attorney General reports are conflicting. Attorney General said it is a media report. And the Wokocha said that court did not even sit at all because the court said they lack jurisdiction. Andrew, on the news this morning, we heard that Justice Okobola Basam ruled, that is to say that the court was sacked. They ruled that the defection cannot be determined through radio or television or social media, but through party membership evidence. Therefore, declaring Ahmed Martin Samewule and 25 others members of PDP and River State House of Assembly. I believe that is the report I have.
All right, Uche Ken. Thank you
morning.
very much. JJ from Rumigbo, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
They're saying that if you're not informed, you're already deformed. I listened to Professor Richard Wokocha carefully, and yours truly was also there during the press release from our own Attorney General of the state. He said clearly that the case was struck out, and all those are explanations. If the case was struck out, Andrew, if me and you are dragging land and the judge has struck the case out, how does it favor you or favor me? Saying that it doesn't have locals and all those. So we should just allow the state to have peace, for goodness sake. So as far as I'm concerned, those are just academic exercise because they have also appealed the case at the appeal court and it's also there. So I don't know all this turnaround maintenance like the NNPC that doesn't work. Then smuggled Nigeria for a flood West African market sell for 1,790. Andrew, don't you see good things from this right now? If our refineries are working, it means we can have our fuel in other African countries and make hard-earned money for ourselves. Why is it that raw material we just take there, we employ people, we employ our youth, and all those we add to the value of our country? But Usai, what do I know? So for me, let's make the refinery work, flood their countries with our product, and make more money for ourselves, and make this country viable. I take it back. All
right, thank you, JJ. Dakuku from Eche, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Tony Andrew. This is Dakuku from Abok Eche. I want to comment on the verdict given yesterday by State High Court. How can State High Court be given why the Federal High Court has given ruling over the House of Assembly Martin Samewule? By giving order that they are not members of PDP and their PDP has declared that they are not members of PDP. Why State High Court? Look at what we are talking about the judiciary. Judiciary are not compromised. When they collected something, they are able to judge whatever they want to give. Let me go to Labour. Labour insisted on 250,000 naira for their victims. Let the federal government to do that. How much did they pay to House of Rep and Senators? Senators are collecting 30 million naira every month, while Rep are collecting 20 million naira. Let them pay the 250,000 to workers. So if you look at the hardship in this country, what are they able to get? By 50,000 naira. So the federal government should do the need to them. Because of this governance, why they want to pay it because of they want to support the state money. How much are they looking to another country? Looking Nigeria money to develop in another country. Let them pay it. This is their right. Please let me get this one also. Please, this is Dakuku from Amokeche. Thank you.
Okay, Dakuku, thank you. Ken from Obimini, let's hear you now. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
All right, go on.
A terrific morning to you.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, I I don't know if you are aware that Chief Tony Okocha has directed the 27 groups to impeach the governor of Rivers State. In which platform? Because I know that Tony Okocha is a APC member, acting chairman as per se. So how come now the court is contradicting every issue concerning this particular ruling? Why are these people making Rivers State to be on the news negatively every week? I think I'm not comfortable with the judiciary. They are letting us to know that we, the commoners, should not have hope in whatever cases or case we have in their jurisdiction. In the area of the group, the House of Reps groups that wants the federal government to approve one time 6 years term in presidency. I think this is what our former President Goodluck Jonathan had done before, which they did not adhere to him. I think that is a welcome development. Let them look into that issue so that at least whoever that is going for governance should know that he has only one term and give us.
All right, Ken. Thank you very much. Iniriebe Okwandu is on the line. Good morning, Okwandu.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Go ahead.
It is very unfortunate and highly disturbing to me that Labour, at this stage, they say they are still waiting on the nod of the president before they know whether they are going on strike or not. This is the same president that promised workers living wage. This is the same president that promised to hit the ground running when he comes into office. This is the same president that knows very well that minimum wage expires after every 5 years. And he has not done anything in the past. And the Labour is still waiting on him. There is nothing that will come out of the head of the fish. Only bone. That is what the president is going to do on this minimum wage issue. He doesn't have anything good for the Nigerian workers. So Labour should stop waiting on him.
All right. Okwandu, thank you very much. I think you got interrupted by a service provider. In Bori, Clinton is on the line. Clinton, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Yeah, let me start by saying that the proposed 62,000 naira minimum wage is unrealistic. I think the federal government, the state governors have to agree around a figure of 100,000. 62,000 can never be a living wage for a worker in a month. Again, yesterday documents surfaced where state governors suggested what they can pay. I saw Rivers State saying you can pay 80,000, some states 75, some states 30. So I want to suggest, why can't the state governors determine what they have to pay their workers? Because you cannot tell me to pay something that I cannot sustain. Mind you, Andrew, the 30,000 proposed minimum wage that's already enacted in law, state governors are not even paying them. And why is it that Labour at the state levels are not functional, but they're always hell-bent on bringing down the federal government? I think Labour have to check themselves and be proactive enough to ensure that they protect the interests of their workers. Then finally, on the issue of the State High Court, the judgment delivered yesterday, I think we joke a lot in this country. Conflicting judgment everywhere. And the judge telling us that there are not enough evidence to show that the lawmakers defected. Oh God, we need to God in this country.
Blessed Inalu, good morning.
Good morning, my brother and sister Andrew.
All right, welcome, Blessed.
Our state court yesterday says that Amerton Sameule and co, they are CP member. I don't know where we are heading to. State High Court here has judged it before that these people, they are no longer existing because they have defected from one party to another. Now, another State High Court again. As you see what we are talking about judiciary, there's a lot of corruption in the judiciary. Why cannot go to the appeal court? Now, another state judiciary. NJC, I don't know whether you are forgetting your job. You should call this man yesterday who judged this judgment. Because we know that some lawmakers have become lawbreakers. When they are no longer existing, they want us to fitness our governor here, and you have been hearing from Tony Okocha, that those 27 or 25 lawmakers will impeach a governor where they are not existing anymore. They want to put this state into the anarchy, which should not be happening. Anybody that presents any funny artist in this state will blame himself because our Governor Fubara is ready to govern the state very well. Secondly, pertaining the minimum wage, this is not what we are talking about. Who is expecting much from federal government? Total need to reduce the price of the fuel so that our people in rural area can benefit from it. And besides, we are the producer of fuel here. We are not suffering for fuel. See how we are smiling and suffering. It's not done anywhere. Finally, pertaining the Ajib company, they are not doing well. For them to not give beneficiary to the people who give them the land for them to establish is not done.
All right, blessed. Thank you very much.
These people because they are
Lugard,
in their community.
Lugard is next from Echie. Good morning, Lugard. Lugard, we can barely hear you. You'd have to speak up, please.
Hello, Andrew. Greetings from Echie to you.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I want to react on the court judgment yesterday. You see, what do you expect to hear from the Attorney General of the state? Because it did not favor him, that is why he interpreted in his own favor. For me, that judgment stands because I have said this time with that number that those people never defected. Flying flag of APC is not a criterion for defection. I have said it loud and I've said it out with that number that we have been, I'm a member of All Progressive Congress. And these people, we have not received them from our party. We have not even had any meeting of APC with them. They are still a member of PDP. And I still want to say that that law that was amended to extend the tenure of local government chairmen, I am fully in support. I know it will stand. Andrew, we cannot be playing politics for nothing. I know too well that those people remain the authentic members of River State House of Assembly. Andrew, there's nothing about it.
All right, Lugard, thank you.
Wait about what the law is saying. Finally, Andrew, please, Andrew, let me first of all appeal to you.
That's not what we're discussing now. Leighton Barry, what are you appealing to me for? Retract to a headline so we move on. We don't have all the time. We have to move on. We don't have time. Leighton Barry, good morning from Bori.
Good morning, my friend. It's Jimmy Andrew.
Welcome.
Yeah. Let me look at the tripartite committee that submits its reports. And my major concern in this report is that we don't actually understand how much is in that report, how much is the new minimum wage on that report. Last time they did too, they said they have submitted a report to the president, and we did not know the amount. I think Labour is supposed to be updating us on this situation so that we will actually know where they are going, and so that we should also have a contributory statement to whatever they are doing, because I believe that what we say here too is also what they tap from to actually use to follow up what they are doing. I think I will advise that Labour to ensure that whatever they are doing, they should keep us posted. Then Labour said they will not accept the 62,000 and 100,000 by the government. I think Father Mbaka said something.
Government did not give 100,000 at any time. Leighton Barry, government only agreed, the committee only agreed from government 62,000 naira. There was no 100,000 naira that was agreed with by government any time.
Okay, if it is
those were speculations.
62,000 agreed by the federal government, I think we will compel all of them to join the civil servants to also take that 62,000 naira if it is what they feel it is due for workers to take home with this present situation. So I want to ask Labour to tell them, give them conditions that if they said the workers should do with this 62,000 naira, all of us, because they are not contributing anything. The lawmakers are not doing anything to impact the well-being of the workers or the people of Nigeria. So we should all take the same pay home so that we will see how good it is to manage 62,000 naira at this current time that price of everything is high.
All right, Leighton Barry, thank you very much. We'll take some messages now. Ida from Nkoro on WhatsApp says, good morning. The Attorney General of the state has done noble for coming out to clear the air with regards to the ruling yesterday. In the eyes of the law, these people are no longer lawmakers. They are only jumping from one pillar to post just to delay time. At the end of this case, the law will have its course. Okay, Chima Uzoma says, Richard Wokocha is still bent on deceiving public with the analysis despite the court ruling. Unsuspecting members of the public always refer to his analysis, hereby castigating the judiciary when judgment don't go the way. I hereby urge him to be objective with the analysis. A state high court gave an order on the same issue and it was obeyed, and that paved way for the present attorney general to be screened and confirmed. So why is he complaining of their jurisdiction now? This one says 24 senators have no bill. Others that have bill, what kind of bill do they present before the red chambers? Is it the wish of their constituents? Chika from Ogele in Elele sent that one. This person says, good afternoon. Ifeami, moved by some lawmakers for a 6-year single term for the president and governors, and rotation of the presidency among the six geopolitical zone is good, as it will help in reducing cost of governance, enhance development, and strengthen democracy. However, they should go beyond and move for the creation of more states and possibly move to disintegrate Nigeria to create jobs, enhance greater development, and guarantee better lives for citizens. Best in Port Harcourt. You sent that one in. This person says, good morning. 24 senators unable to sponsor bill in 1 year, and you are wondering why. 2 reasons. 1, they were there by accident and unprepared. 2, they are still studying legislative handouts which might take them till their tenure expires. Mr. Bright from Port Harcourt sent that one in. On Facebook, Anunobi Onyekachi Casey says, single rotational 6-year tenure. I support this with everything in me. Anunobi Onyekachi Casey. Justice Ori says President Tinubu should do diligence, give diligence to the report submitted on the minimum wage, and so that workers will be happy. Sent in down from Omudioga. Anymore, Ogojene Justice says it's indeed childish to say that 26 embattled lawmakers are still PDP members. Well, we've not seen the end of this. Raymond Ezialiko on Facebook says, please let Rep propose rotational 6-year single term for all politically elected seats in Nigeria. It will be for the best. Jeffet Ibekwe says 26 lawmakers should come out and tell the public that what they did was a drama and not defection. Thank God Ability says, in total support of Reps members proposing 6-year single term for presidency. And Patrick Amadi, unfortunately, we can't take your message, already out of time. A commercial now, and then we go for business news at 7.
Did you know every year in Nigeria,